Ladies and gentlemen, are you tired of RAGbot tutorials that are completely unrealistic for the real world? Retrieval-Augmented Generation over SEC filings, typing stuff in your Jupyter notebook. Are you tired of studying LangChain for 3 weeks with half-outdated docs? Only that when it works, you don't know how to put it on your website quickly. Look no further, because I will show you now how to build a no-code chatbot that you can put on your website or a customer's website. Extremely flexible, so you're not tied to any framework or certain setup that many of those no-code tools dictate you. And how to make it GDPR compliant, because this is important if you're in the European Union. We will use Flowise and Pinecone, and that's basically it. Let's jump right into it. Let me show you how and what we're gonna do exactly. All right, so what are we going to build in this video? Here you can see our website, it's the pretty boys. And if you scroll down, you see down here, we have a small button for a chatbot. And if you click on it, you can chat with it. You can say hi, and how can I assist you today with Tentrus AI Consulting and Implementation Services? I can say, what do they do? And it gives me an answer. What's happening here is that under the hood, we use our own documents, our own FAQs to provide it as information for RAG. And what we also do is we tell the bot to act as a customer salesperson, as a sales chatbot, not a customer a sales chatbot. And its goal is to provide the potential customer with information and also ask for the email. So if we now keep going, I say, I don't know, I have a farm, I want my chicken to learn English using AI. No? Classic use case we have all the time in our work. And then it asks me, I can connect you with Paul Petrich, my colleague. Can you provide me with an email? And I use the email, I don't know, hello, myfarm.com. And now what should happen is that in a little bit I get an email. So right now there's no email. Now we wait a little bit. And we got the email. Perfect, that worked fine. And if we open it, the chatbot wrote me a summary of the conversation. So we have here, hello Paul, a potential customer with the email address hello@myfarm.com has expressed interest in AI solutions for their farm, and some more. This is nice because now if somebody is interested, they will provide their email address and we can contact them. And we already have a summary of what's happening. And now I will show you how to do all of this using no code or very low code, keep it GDPR compliant and very flexible in the setup. First of all, you need to set up Flowise. You can use the hosted version. Is there a hosted version? I don't know. I always use the self-hosted version. I made a video about how to deploy it in 180 seconds. You can check out the video. I will put it in the description. Do I have it up and running? I have it up and running here. What I set up before were some credentials. So a Pinecone key, Cohere, OpenAI. We will not need all of them in the setup, but I set up a few just that I'm faster later on. And now what we will do is we will set up a document store. I already have two here. This one is empty. I will make a new one. Let's call it Showcase Store. Yeah. And here in this Showcase Store, I will now upload a PDF. And which PDF will it be? It will be the one that we prepared beforehand, which is this one here. It's about our own company, FAQ. It's always a question, what is Dentro? And answer, Dentro is a company specializing in artificial intelligence. Who founded Dentro? It was my colleague and me. Just all these pairs. What we did is we created this FAQ document in English and in German. That's because most of our customers are either German speaking or internationally English speaking. And I think if I embed German or I only embed English and a user asks in German, then it will not work so well with the embeddings. That's what I thought at least. And that's why I provided it in both. But I must say, I'm not 100% sure if that makes sense. Anyway, it didn't hurt up until now. We have the FAQ in English and in German. We will put it here. And now what I want is that each chunk, which is embedded, is just a question answer pair. And we will do this, achieve this by using a character text splitter, set the chunk size to 1 and the chunk overlap to 0. And now I use Q colon as the delimiter, as the separator. And what you will see here is that each of these chunks is now the question, the Q colon is removed as the separator, that's fine, and an answer. And this is great. So now I just hit process. It depends a bit how you structure your own FAQ, because this you have to write on your own, obviously. I cannot write it for you. But yeah, now we got the showcase store ready and set. What else do we need? We need, of course, a chat flow. I also did a lot with the agent flows. I have the feeling that oftentimes it doesn't work as good as just using a tool agent. It doesn't support streaming. Oftentimes it runs into an endless loop. And that could be the reason because I'm not so familiar with agents yet. But I have the feeling that the more simpler single agent works much better. And this is what we're going to use now. So we call this chatbot, flexible chatbot showcase. Man, this is a great name. I like it. Anytime you start using Flowise, you have to, not you use Flowise, every time you use a RAG chatbot or a RAG setup, first you have to absorb the documents in your document store, right? And for this, I will use, of course, the document store we just created. Where do we have it? Document store? No. Here. Yep. Now we select the showcase store, which was just created. Then I will use Pinecone as the vector store. You can also use the in-memory vector store, for example. I just use often Pinecone if I switch between different Flowise instances. I want to use the same vector store. That's why I use Pinecone. I always go with Cohere because Cohere, or not always, but often they are really good. Cohere embeddings, yeah, that's what we need. And now I will use multilingual because, as I said, I also want to use German. And we will set here the credentials, here are the credentials. What I want, we use the Pinecone index, I don't know, showcase, yeah. And I have to create it, of course, in Pinecone, so I'm here in Pinecone. We call it showcase. Now we have to set the model, which I will use multilingual. It's just important that it's 1024 and cosine, like the dimension and the metric. I will put it in the European Union, because then it's much more GDPR compliant. Yeah, let's go. I got this set up. I will put here just v1, in case I change it later. I will tell it to retrieve the top, let's say 40, the top 40 chunks. And I'm getting ahead a little bit of myself because before we retrieve anything, we have to upsort it, right? And for this, which is very useful, is the record manager. So what the record manager does is it basically mirrors the information which is already in the vector store. But if you only use a vector store and, for example, you add something in the doc store, so let's say you go here to the document store and you add here some PDFs, you remove something, and then you come back here and you want to upsort again, it can happen that you have duplicates or stuff that should be removed isn't removed. And if you use the record manager, this is not the case because it keeps track of all the data. And what I like to do is I just call it data and then showcase, for example, just any path. If you use the SQLite record manager, you don't have to set up anything else. If you use the Postgres record manager, for example, you have to set up a bit more. I think, I don't even know, I never used it. But yeah, now we got it all set. Don't forget to save and we can upsort it. Yes, worked on the first time, no problem. We upsorted 99 documents, that's what I like. And now we can work on the actual agent. As I said before, I like using the tool agent over a team of agents. For this, we will need some memory. I just used the simplest memory, which is this one here, just the messages from the user and the AI as they come in. If you have a big context window, chat model, I mean, you don't need anything else normally than a buffer memory. Then what we need is a chat model, obviously. I will use now chat OpenAI. And now there comes also into play the GDPR compliance, which I mentioned before. If you use the OpenAI API, then you should at least sign a data processing agreement with them to make it more GDPR compliant. Otherwise, if you want to be even safer, you should use here the Azure API, which is just OpenAI, but hosted in a European region by Microsoft Azure, or you use just a European company, just as like Mistral. If you use a Mistral model, you're also very safe. So you have here the options. Now we got this set up and we need to connect a tool. And now what I will do, I will make it a bit more fancy because I said it's a production setup. So what I will use here is I will use the Cohere re-ranker. What does this do? I will use multilingual again. It takes, when we feed it the query to retrieve the chunks, it will, first Pinecone will retrieve the first 40, the most similar 40 chunks, and then afterwards the re-rank retriever will again sort them in a different way, better logic, and it will retrieve the best 15 of those 40. And if you have a lot of documents, this does make sense. In this setup, it doesn't make so much sense, but we do it because it's cool. And now what we need to use it as a tool. If you, retriever I have to type, is that correct? Yeah, here we go. If you try to connect just the re-rank retriever to the tools, it will not work because it's not a tool. But now if you connect it to the retriever tool, bam, and then to the agent, then it works very well. We will call this search FAQs. It's important here that you use an underscore and not a dash. If you use a dash, it will not work, or at least it didn't work in an earlier version, and I spent 1 or 2 hours wondering why the fuck it doesn't work. This searches and returns documents regarding intent row. Very good. And we're set, right? Yeah, we're set. We can try it out. Let's try it out. Hi. It answers me something wonderful. And I will ask, what can you do for me? So what you see here is that it answers me, but the information has nothing to do with intro. This is because I didn't tell it to. And this I will do now in the system prompt. So I have a system prompt prepared. I will not prompt engineer it with you now. And this is basically just some information. You're a sales chatbot. Your task is to guide the potential customer to give you his/her email after a few messages so that my colleague can contact him. And then I give also a sales chat guideline. So something like welcome, introduction, information, address common concerns, call to action. And then we have do not promise anything ever. Oh, wow, that's nice. I didn't add that. I think Paul added it. That's a good one. Yeah, so you should definitely engineer the prompt that it doesn't tell you some promise you something, for example. What's the important thing for the tutorial is down here. Use the read FAQs tool to find out about dentro and use it as a context for your answer. I think we call it here search FAQs, right? Search FAQ tool. Once the user provides you with their email, use the send email tool. Right, so this we didn't do yet. Makes iterations 5, just to be sure. But what we have is the search FAQs tool, so let's try this one out. Let's reset the chat. What can you do for me? And now it tells me about dentro. Yes. What a great day. Everything works on the first try. This will not be throughout the whole video, I'm afraid. Let's see. Now I say again, I don't know, who are the founders? Yeah, who are the founders? Because I'm narcissistic, I want to know about myself. And it tells me about myself. Amazing. Well, anyway, what is missing now is the send email tool. So if you don't need to get an email, if you just want to have a chatbot that answers stuff, then just skip this section now. Otherwise, I watched the video of Leon build multi-agent AI teams with RAG and custom tools. I will put the link in the description. And here in the second part, he describes how to make this tool and how to use make.com to set up the actual email sending. And I will not show you everything right now or explain everything because Leon already did it. I will just go through it quickly. Here we are. What we need is we need a tool. I already made it, but let's make it again. Send email to use this tool to send emails. Then here what we have to do is we have to add some items. Add item, yep. Message, type string, and description, the body of the email. Now what Leon doesn't have here is another field which is user email, which I need for my use case. So I will just put here again string and then the email address of the user. Perfect. So we will add those two. We will make those both required because yeah. And now here we add a JavaScript function, which should be exactly this. I will put those in the description, or you can see those on Leon's video. I just take exactly from him everything. Now we save it for now. Now we have send email tool. Let's use this here. We have now the possibility to use a custom tool. Custom tool, where do we have it? Here. And now I select my new tool, send email to. Yeah. I connect it. And I will also tell it that it's called send email to because I just renamed it. So send email to. So yeah, I mean, the LLM will probably figure it out, but now it's can be even more sure. Okay, so we got this. Now what you need to do on make is to create a new scenario. So as I said, again, this you can watch in Leon's Leon's video, custom webhook. Here we will add, I don't know, showcase webhook. Webhook, very good. Okay, and now let me just is a webhook. URL, which represents a webhook. Just say okay. And now you copy this, you go back, you add it to the tool we just created. Here's send email to, and now down here, we add it here in the URL section. Boom, this is our webhook. Save, yes. So now, our chatbot is already connected to Make. The only thing is the Make setup doesn't do a lot. So let's just add a response for now. I think we have to write it like this, right? And then I wrote it myself because otherwise, yeah, let's do it like this. We write curly braces open message and then email sent successfully. Confirmation code is some number I just invented. And the reason is because I want to see if it actually works to get a response from Make. So if it tells me the right confirmation code, I can be sure that it works. I now run this stuff. I go here, I say, hi, I have a farm. It's every developer's dream to work on a farm one day, up until they are there for 1 week, and then they want to get back in their office real quick. But anyway, my animals should be happier. Yeah, classic concern of any farmer. Yes, please. Hello, my farm.com, we said, right? Yeah. And now I forgot to ask about the confirmation code. What is the confirmation code? Now it should be able to tell me the confirmation code from the tool before, no? Okay, it got the confirmation code here. It might be that it doesn't have it in subsequent calls, could that be? But anyway, we know that it works, that's the important thing. And now what we will add is we will add a Gmail module, send an email, yep. And now here I will add a connection which is already set up. Leon explains exactly how to set this up, so just follow his guide. I will send this to myself, which is dentro showcase at proton.me. Subject, I don't know, interested customer, interested content. Now the content's important. We can use message and we can use user email. So we could just put in the message in the user email. I prepared something that looks a little bit more beautiful in the email body. So it's yeah, some HTML snippet, which looks like this. Yeah, if I do it like this, does it look the same? Yeah, perfect. Okay, so now I added this connection. I save it. I run it here. Always delete all data because yeah, it's just for testing. And now we got it. We got the make flow. First, it will come in here, send the email via Gmail to the email I specified to myself. Oh, sorry, where I can then read it, and it will send back the confirmation code. Let's remove this confirmation code. This is some bullshit. Actually, I mean, you don't need it. Okay, and now we should be able to test it out. Hi, I wanna know about AI in the health sector. Tell Paul to contact me at peter@health.at. And now it should already use the email tool. Send email to, perfect. Ooh, it got the confirmation code. I'm afraid something is wrong there. Let's check. Ah, but we got an email. We got it now. Okay, now it worked. It worked. It worked. Yeah, perfect. Look at this. New message from Dental Website Chat. The potential customer is interested in the health sector and would like to be contacted. Hallelujah. It works on the first try. We're still always on the first try, guys. We didn't have to cut anything. That's amazing. Okay, so we know we can receive an email. Even though this is really, maybe because I forgot to save. Maybe now it will not send the email, the confirmation code. Perfect. So now we got a chatbot, which is rather safe because it doesn't tell me a poem about health. Yeah, then it should say, no, I'm here only to provide services about our company. So with the system prompt, you're pretty good. I gave this to all my friends. I said, hey, try this out, try to break it. They couldn't. But yeah, now we're this far, and now the big part, not the big part, the other part comes. How can I get this on my website? And that's also why we're using Flowise, is because you can just use this embed snippet. And if you don't know how to write a simple HTML page, which then you can embed this, you can just use your LLM of your choice and let it write some snippet. Okay, here we go. Write a HTML page with this snippet embedded. And then I just add, where do we have it? Here, I add this. And then we get an HTML page. Beautiful, no? Ah, he even styled it for me. Wow, nice. Okay. And now you can try it out locally. You can, I have here just a folder. Let's make the index.html and save it. Perfect. And now if we open this, then, yeah, so here we have some example, and here we have the hover icon that you saw before on our website. And now, now you might think, now I should be able to just chat with it, right? See what happens. Oh my God, no, it's an error. If we check out here, console, we get cross-origin errors, course errors. Yeah, and now I'm here to show you how to fix this. What you have to do is in your Flowise deployment. I'm here in my server, in the Docker folder, and I have here the .env, which is just the example.env file. And what we have to do here is you have to enable course origins and iframe origins. And you can also set here some domains. If you just set it for now for this is fine. Also, if you like to be a bit more private, then you can here disable Flowise telemetry. Perfect. Yeah, so you just have to do this. Then of course you have to restart your Flowise instance. So, oops, you have to make Docker compose down, and then Docker compose up -d. Did I now? Does it really work now? I didn't have to do anything else. I'm not sure. It's already late. Then let's try it out. Does this work? This is important. Does it load here the flow? Yes, it loads the flow. That's good. So it's up. Hi. Yes. Yes. Again, first try, man. What a day. It's like I already recorded the whole video, but I fucked something up with OBS, and that's why I have to record it again. But we won't tell anybody. Yeah, man, it works first time. Okay, so now you have it here. On any website, you can use it. And what I did, or what we did, is that we made it a bit more, we styled it a bit better, where we have it, oh yeah, we share it like this. Let's edit it a little bit. That's of course a good point. Huh? I'm not in this area. Let's open it in any editor. Here we have this. I don't put it. What was this? This was. Should be. Yeah, wonderful. And now I just have to use the right chat flow ID because I copied it over, right? So this styling I didn't do myself. This did my partner, but I will put it in the description. You can check it out if you want to have exactly the same or just see how it can work. So now if I reload, I have here exactly the same logo icon as we have over there. It says here powered by Dentro. You come here to our website, which is very nice. And I can just ask anything as I did before already. When will OpenAI make their models open source again? And Okay, it doesn't tell me. I want to know what is OpenAI. Very good, it tells me. Then, great, I'm an investor and want to use AI. My name is Olaf. Yes, contact me here, olaf@hotmail.com. And now we should get another email, right? Also, you can see here when you embed it, it doesn't show you which tools are used. So this is all done in the background, which is great because the user shouldn't see which tools are used. And now I should receive here. Yeah, I received another email. Olaf@hotmail, dear Paul, we have a potential customer who is an investor. Great. If you want to make this more observable, you can also go here to configuration and analyze chat flow. Go here, add your Langsmith or whatever credentials, and then click here on, and actually we can do it. What is it? It's chatbot showcase. Bot showcase. So now if somebody chats here, we should see it. Hi, I am Kurt. Classic name of grandparents in Austria. And now we should see here, yeah, we see here, hi, I'm Kurt. How can I assist you today? Great. So then you can actually see what the people are writing. This is probably awesome if you have your business outside of the European Union. If you have it inside the European Union, be a bit more careful what you're tracking. Yeah. But yeah, this is it so far. The great thing now we have about the setup, to have a recap. Here, by using Flowise, you don't have to use any code. You don't have to spend, as I said before, 3 weeks to learn LangChain and then you don't understand anything because it changed with the next update. It's extremely flexible here. So you can use almost all of the LangChain options, all of the LangChain capabilities, functionalities, and just juggle it around. This is very nice. You can use the document store here to have a very nice way of handling documents. You see it in a visual way. You don't have to like do everything in your Jupyter notebook and you forgot, oh, where did I put this document? Oh, over there. No, it's all here. It's in a central place. Another thing, if you work for somebody, it's a very nice way, it's a very nice flow to show the customer what you're up to. So you just have the flow and then you can share it via here, share chatbot, make it public, and then you can just share this with your customer and they can try it out before you even put it on their website. So this is awesome. And I just tried to come up with more cool things about Flowise. The only bad thing about Flowise is that they are not that responsive on Discord. I feel like there are many people asking often things, and also I don't understand why Flowise doesn't have their own chatbot about their own documentation. I mean, they are an AI company. They have to have their own RAG chatbot. Yeah, this is. But otherwise, it's pretty cool, and I hope you saw how you can build all of this really quickly and get it running on any website. Feel free to check it out here, to try it out on our own website, dendroid.com. And otherwise, all the links should be in the description. Thank you for watching.